The factors that cause insanity. Most psychiatric texts attempt to categorize, depict, and analyze insanity, but never simply define it. Indeed, insanity and sanity are too subjective to the individual and his circumstances to be given a single, all-encompassing definition, according to some. However, among the different forms of insanity recognized by current mental health experts, there are a few crucial elements to consider. What can drive a person insane? Insanity is, without a doubt, a widely acknowledged or misunderstood concept that is usually associated with some form of stigma in the public mind. According to current psychology and psychiatry, a person might develop thousands of different types of insanity throughout the course of their lives. Some of them, such as sadness, are transient, whilst others, such as social anxiety, require more efforts to overcome. However, there appears to be some connection in what causes most varieties of insanity that people experience. Which leads to the question, is there a common, underlying trigger that jeopardizes a person's mental health stability? Stress and anxiety are frequently mentioned, as they are responsible for the majority of common and a few atypical mental health conditions. Continued stress can push someone past their breaking point, with the sort of insanity that results from being influenced by external influences. Because most people have some kind of resistance to such things, this is frequently a long, arduous process, allowing them to at least survive the stressful period with their sanity intact. Furthermore, the process may not even culminate in insanity, with the majority of the population serving as proof. Long-term stress can have an impact on a person's behavior and attitude, but it's also known that a variety of other circumstances can amplify or diminish this effect. Stress and worry might have the opposite impact in some situations, depending on the person's unique viewpoint. With sentiments being so intimately linked to mental health, emotions are also considered to play a key role in driving or pushing people into insanity. A person's emotional state can be a reflection of their relative mental stability, but it can also be an outcome of a sanity fracture. Emotions, without a doubt, can interrupt and impact a person's mental processes, causing them to do things they would not ordinarily do. Extremely emotional experiences and severe emotional trauma have also been documented to have a long-term effect on a person's thinking, often resulting in a condition that requires therapy to overcome. However, it is debatable if emotions are only a supplement to the impacts of stress and pressure, rather than a contributor in and of themselves. Trauma is also frequently mentioned as having a significant impact on a person's sanity, especially if it occurs during a person's formative years. The intense psychological and emotional toll that trauma victims must bear can often push them over the edge, resulting in long-term mental health consequences. However, trauma is more often than not a result of a mixture of stressful and emotional components, frequently combined with extreme situations. The susceptibility of the person's psyche plays a larger part here than in other putative causes of insanity, which explains why trauma experienced later in life has a different overall effect than similar traumas experienced during childhood. In the end, insanity, like sanity, is something that must be defined on an individual basis. What is sane for one person in a given civilization may not be sane for another person in that same community. In this scenario, insanity is a question of circumstance, contrary to what certain psychological texts claim.